We have started. Oh, that was a mistake. How do I fix that? There we go. Hello, everybody. We started.
All right. Well, we are live. Welcome, everybody, to Sammies and Beer, your Thirsty Thursday podcast. We appreciate you all stopping by. It is another beautiful Thursday. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. I am your co-host, Matt, as with me, as always, Tomas. Thomas, how are you today?
I'm doing great, Matt. How are you doing today?
I am famtabulous. It is Thirsty Thursday. We got Friday tomorrow. You know, sometimes I even like to call it Friday Eve. Just,
You're such
spice
a dad.
things up.
You're such a dad.
Oh yeah. I'm fine with it. Or is it a dad thing or is it like a corporate thing?
It's cringe is what it is. I felt the hand of cringe just come up and just fucking rake down my chest.
No, when you talk about the days a week, every week, you got to spice things up somehow. So
that's what Taco Tuesday is, and we don't need anything else besides that.
No, we don't.
Oh, and Double Dose Thursdays. We need Double Dose Thursdays.
And Thirsty Thursdays.
Thirsty Thursdays. And... Fuck, yeah. Blowjob Mondays, as you know, very common.
Yeah.
It's well celebrated in society today. If you're not celebrating Blowjob Mondays, you're not doing it right. You're not living life.
Fair enough.
So today we're going to be talking about things that you were told as a child that didn't actually turn out to be true, like, not unlike Santa Claus, who is in fact a real person. He was Jesus' brother.
He was.
That's why, and the Jews...
I thought Fred Claus was his brother. No. Does that mean Fred Claus and Jesus are brothers?
No. Yes, maybe. So the thing is that Jesus was killed by a bunch of Jews, so Santa, in retribution, doesn't give Jewish children presents every year. So that's where the correlation lies,
Okay. I've never heard this theory before, so you are blowing my mind here.
That's what we should be informing kids. Yep. The Jews don't get presents because the Jews killed Jesus, Santa's brother. That's why Santa can't die.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. I don't know if I'm going to tell my children that story, but...
I think they would love it. I think you should at least once.
Yeah, maybe when they're like...
You gotta, when you're breaking the news to them that Santa isn't real anymore, you gotta be like, so guys, I have something serious to tell you. Santa's real, but he's Jesus' brother. And I need you to just, I'll make you a book that's like a Bible with extra pages.
No, we're not doing that. Let's start the show. Let's move on to our shot. Last week I went first, so this week the shot of the week to you goes first.
All right. Here's taking a shot at my brother and a shot for all of the women he's dated in the past however long, however many of you there are. I don't have enough alcohol in the world, but thank you for taking him away from me and getting him out of the house. I appreciate all 30 to 45 of you. Cheers.
Oh, what are we shooting tonight?
Western Sun.
Western Sun. Oh, you're shooting vodka.
Yep. It's from Texas.
Oh, speaking on the Russian side of things, huh?
It's Texas. So, and I've discovered it because I was going to get a bottle of Tito's and I saw it next to it and it was cheaper. And I was like, I'll give it a shot. Look, I got a little one and I was like, it fucking tastes the same. So,
fair enough.
And then I'm drinking blue.
Drinking blue.
Yep. When you make this, you can't forget the crow's eggs.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, you gotta get the crow's eggs blended in there, nice and good.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, Matt, your turn.
So I'm taking a shot that my wife decided to get me. It is some Revel stock smorgasm. So we're gonna have a smorgasm live on air here. So hopefully there are no children listening.
Hopefully that doesn't taste like licking the Pillsbury Doughboy's butthole. So
I've taken enough of these single shots after last Christmas that they don't bother me anymore.
That's fair.
So, I had a shot lined up, and now my mind just went blank. So I'm going to do a shot to my co-host, Thomas. I appreciate you. You're a good friend. You're a great co-host, but you're an even better friend. So I appreciate you. Cheers to you, buddy.
Well, now I feel like a dick. But next week's shot's already done for me. Then I'm going to do the same thing. How was that?
Ooh. It's got a kind of a graham cracker aftertaste, so that's kind of nice.
Nice. That's not bad.
You know,
was it marshmallowy?
A little bit, not too bad. It burns more than anything, which is weird.
Maybe you've got some bacteria in here, some swelling, some inflammation.
No, I'm good. But oh well, it was a shot. So.
Okay.
Speaking of Crown bags, I have drank so much Crown. There was actually a blanket made from Crown.
I've heard that story before. It's actually kind of alarming.
Depressing?
Yeah. But awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so today's topic,
Yes.
one of the most common answers for this is going to be it's illegal to have the light on in the car while you're driving. Like the stationary light in the back.
Mm-hmm.
You were told that, I assume. Like,
I wasn't told it was illegal. I was told that the driver can't see while it's on.
oh, you definitely can.
I wasn't. Yeah, my kids. I will say it's annoying. So I get why they say to turn it off.
Yeah.
But at the exact same time, to say that it's illegal, you're really stretching for this one.
Oh yeah, my parents told me all the craziest shit.
You're not allowed to have lights. But
you are. But
I've also driven 4 hours on a hunting trip, sitting on the floorboard of a single cab truck because there was 4 of us. So those kind of rules didn't really fly at my house.
That's fair. That's the law wasn't as strict, I guess. The one that always gets laughs is growing up. My dad always told me that when the ice cream truck played the music, that meant they were out of ice cream.
that is pitch perfect. Kudos to your dad.
He got me a lot with that. A lot.
But they had to have not been you had to have just heard it and not seen it though, because if you heard the music playing and you saw a bunch of people standing there,
well, when there's a lot of people standing there, the music's not playing. They turn off the music. They only turn on the music when they're driving around.
That's true, but you had to have seen it.
I mean, if I saw it driving and I heard the music, I would always be like, fuck.
How often did you live in an area with ice cream trucks?
So, a couple times. The big one, though, is we had an ice cream truck that would come around at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. And this was when we lived in the ghetto. And he was not selling ice cream.
I was going to say.
So I don't think my parents wanted me near the ice cream truck at that point in time.
Yeah, fair enough.
So,
yeah. Because I can only remember a handful of times, and when I say a handful, I mean maybe 2 or 3 times, and that's probably as I've been older. I don't know if I can remember a single time when I was under the age of 15 that I actually saw an ice cream truck driving through neighborhoods.
Oh, I saw it all the time in Texas.
Oh yeah,
all the fucking time. It's weird. Yeah.
I don't know if we just have lower populations or nobody wanted to do it because you only get 6 months of the year worth of work.
Yeah, especially for you guys. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not running out. It's snowing right now. I'm not running outside to go get ice cream.
That's fair.
But I also don't eat ice cream in the cold, and my wife does. If there was an ice cream truck outside right now, my wife would make me go get her something. I wouldn't get anything.
Have you seen the adult ice cream trucks?
No.
They sell boozy popsicles and margaritas, stuff like that.
See, but I'm an adult. If I really wanted something like that, I would be at the bar.
It's true. But imagine if it's just there were 2 ice cream trucks. One was regular ice cream, one was margaritas. And your kid's like, Dad, let's get ice cream. And you see the margarita truck right behind them. You're like, fucking yeah, we're going to get ice cream.
Yeah.
I think we just came up with a business idea. And then we'll have a third truck with Daniel in it, and he'll sell food.
I was just gonna say up here, your truck that has the ice cream just converted into a taco truck for the winter months.
Yeah,
because tacos are good year round.
Oh, tacos are best year round for sure. I'm trying to think. My parents told me all sorts of shit all the fucking time.
Well, yeah, and parents is one thing because each individual kid is going to be taught different things. But when I came up with this idea, one that always struck me, and people will probably still argue with it to me about this day, but they always said that you needed to take short showers to conserve water. Like, if you peed in the toilet, you shouldn't flush it because you needed to conserve water. The only time you were supposed to flush was for a number 2. So apparently they wanted everybody's house to smell like fucking piss.
That's gross.
And, they were there was this huge thing where they went through and, we need to conserve water because there's, otherwise we're going to run out of water. And the older I get, the more I think about it, I'm like, the Earth is 75% fucking water, and I do not live in a fucking desert.
Yeah, you don't need to save water.
We've had 40 inches of snow this year. If you equivalent that out to rain, that's 4+ inches of rain.
Yeah.
We have plenty of water.
Yeah.
We're not going to be running out. If I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada, Sin City in the middle of the desert, okay, maybe water's an issue there. But we were taught this in school.
That's weird.
You needed to conserve water.
I was not taught that at all in school.
That was a super weird one to me. And like I said, I bet there's still people out there to this day that, they worry about the conservation of water. And it's like,
no, water's fine.
Water's the cheapest commodity out there.
Air is.
Well, that's good.
Get
that's
fucked.
Just because nobody has to sell it to you.
Yeah.
They don't have to bring it into your house.
Well, you can get the cans.
I've seen those. There was the guy on Shark Tank that was selling it.
It worked.
I don't know if he made a deal or not, but
I don't know. It works.
There was a little while here they had oxygen bars that started popping up. They didn't last very long.
That's kind of weird.
You go in and get different flavored, pure oxygen.
Why?
It's supposed to, it's got to be a lot healthier for you. Breathing pure oxygen is what your body needs.
It's not. Your body thrives on the nitrogen.
It's not?
No, it's not. Nope, not even a little bit. If we found a planet in space that was 98% oxygen, right, in the air, in the atmosphere, we would die of oxygen poisoning. 100%. It'd take a little bit, but you'd die.
Your body wouldn't learn to adapt to it?
Probably not.
Probably not, or not?
I don't think so, because even when people are on O2 for long periods of time, you have to titrate. You have to be really careful. It can fuck you up. That's our atmosphere. It's 21% oxygen in our atmosphere. Where's Egg? I need her to look something up. It's oxygen, nitrogen, and other gases, but our atmosphere is mostly nitrogen. I think it's nitrogen. Yeah,
it's a large portion of nitrogen.
We can't thrive in 100% oxygen environments.
Well, I wouldn't figure that we'd be 100% because obviously we expel carbon dioxide.
But even then, just being on O2 for a long period of time is not great for you. You're welcome.
So then is the rumor that casinos pump in oxygen to keep you awake longer? Yeah, not true?
I don't think that's a thing. They could just serve Red Bulls and it'd be cheaper.
I don't know.
I don't think that's true.
You ever heard that?
No.
No?
Is that something your parents told you? Is that something we have to talk about?
No.
Yeah, no.
So another one, and I actually pulled this up because I distinctly remember. Do you remember the food pyramid from when you were a kid?
Oh yeah.
So what did your food pyramid look like?
That I personally ate?
No.
Oh.
The food pyramid that they showed you that was this is what you are supposed to be eating. You're supposed to eat so much of this.
I didn't pay attention to that shit. They told me I needed to eat a lot of vegetables. I was like, all right, I'm tuning out. I don't give a shit. I don't remember.
So do you want to know what the 90s food pyramid from the USDA was?
Sure.
So, you were supposed to eat 6 to 11 servings a day of bread, rice, and pasta at the base.
Jesus Christ.
You were supposed to eat 2 or 3 servings of meat or eggs.
Okay, I like that.
And even less, and like vegetables and stuff were kind of in the middle. You were supposed to eat anywhere from like, I think it was 3 to 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day.
Okay.
And then you were supposed to eat basically like no fats. Basically, you were supposed to eat. Essentially, they wanted you to just eat breads. And there's actually studies now that show that could be why obesity went through the roof in the 90s, because they were having everybody focus. And let's be honest, like the bread, the rice, and things like that we get commercially is super unhealthy for you.
Oh, yeah.
Like, not just with the preservatives, but like we put sugar in fucking.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be surprised how much sugar there is in your bread.
You'd be surprised how much sugar there's in this blue drink.
I wouldn't. You've told me how you make your Kool-Aid, so
it's very tasty.
Yeah,
you put in the sugar until you can chew it, and then that's good Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
No, I so growing up, I didn't care about what I put in my body. I was in a lot of sports, and I was young, so my parents fed me whatever they could afford, and sometimes it was Hamburger Helper, sometimes it was steak. I wasn't cooking the food, I wasn't making the choices. It was just like I ate whatever they put on my plate. It's like, fuck it, tastes good.
Yeah, I thought that one was really interesting because that was that's a government funded, like, out to everybody. Like, how many parents probably based their meals off of that?
Oh yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah. I mean, you'll have those problems though, but meh. Now it's all about being healthy.
Oh yeah.
God, I hate it. I hate eating healthy. I hate it so much. But it's fine. Everything's fine. Getting some good ass burgers tomorrow. Fucking ready for it.
Nice.
Best burgers in town.
I do have our sandwich of the week. Because I had it today for lunch. We haven't had a sandwich of the week for a while. And this is a huge shout out to Nick Euros in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. If you have not been there, you are missing out. And our sandwich of the week is a gyro. Oh, it was so fucking...
Lamb, chicken, beef?
Kind of a combination of beef and lamb. And they are locally owned. Like, it's a father and son that have ran the business or the restaurant. It's not really a restaurant, it's a drive-through.
Mm-hmm.
But they ran it for 20 plus years. That used to be our hangover cure on Saturdays when we'd get super drunk the night before. And we'd go at like 11 o'clock and go get gyros.
That's one of my favorites.
Oh.
You could sprinkle it with tzatziki sauce. Now, you want to upgrade a gyro? Get a pickle spear. Slide that bad boy in there. Just one. Just a little bit of pickle.
I don't know if I could upgrade that.
Get a pickle.
They put some raw onion in there.
Or pickled onions.
Yeah, I like the raw onions for the crunch.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh, raw onions are so good.
What are you, the main characters of Holes? That shit's disgusting.
Ooh.
My onions have to be translucent at the least.
Nope.
Or just non-existent. When I cook with onions in my house, I have to make them basically non-exist anymore. I have to cook them down so much.
Why?
And my family does not like onions.
Mm.
They don't like the crunch.
My kids don't, but they can suffer.
I guess so.
Or not eat or pick them out. I don't care. I like onions.
Oh, that's so
Actually, most of the time I make stuff without them, so that way they're...
So they eat it?
Yeah.
Well, I get it. So a fun little childhood fact. My favorite food right now, for like the longest time, has always been spaghetti. And when I was a kid, apparently I hated it. I wouldn't eat it. So my mom was like, it's not spaghetti, Thomas. It's pizza. And she would cook it with pepperonis in it. She would throw them in the sauce when she just poured the sauce, right? She'd put pepperonis in it. To this day, I can't eat spaghetti without pepperonis. It's my favorite fucking thing. I love pepperonis.
It's not a bad idea.
It's so good. Especially when they cook in and like that salty flavor gets in the sauce.
So when you have spaghetti, so this is more mere me asking. Do you have, when you say spaghetti, that is noodles,
Mm-hmm.
a red sauce,
Mm-hmm.
and hamburger meat, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Because I always ask, because some people, I think, consider spaghetti just the spaghetti noodles with red sauce.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot too.
And if you give me spaghetti with red sauce and no meat on it, take that plate to some fucking vegetarian because that does not belong in front of me.
Completely agree. It doesn't taste the same. You got to cook the meat in the sauce, and the meat gets in the sauce, and it's a meat sauce, and it's delicious with the pepperoni. Fuck.
My wife used to make her ground beef in one pan and heat her sauce up in the other pan and not cook them together. When she first did that, I was so confused because you just get like the sauces, the flavors mix together when you cook them together.
Yes.
And when you just pour dry hamburger meat, you get like tomato sauce with just dry hamburger. Like the sauces haven't mixed. It's like they're in a fight in your mouth. It was.
Yeah, it's just a missed opportunity. Culinarily. Yeah.
Culinarily?
I don't know how to say it.
That's a funny word.
That's just how you cook. Now, so before I would just do jar sauces, now I make my own sauces. My own red sauces. Ooh. It doesn't take very long. You just get some San Marzano tomatoes. They're going to come in a yellow can. Really good tomatoes. Olive oil, garlic, basil.
We actually made our own tomato sauce and canned it this year from tomatoes from our garden.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
It tastes good. And if I'm not, the only tomato sauce I'm eating out of a jar is Ragu.
Ragu?
Yep.
No Prego for you?
No, Ragu.
No?
Gotta be traditional Ragu. Oh, I could just spoon it into my mouth.
All right.
I don't know what it is.
So, is pizza sauce and marinara sauce the same thing?
I think a marinara sauce can be a pizza sauce, but a pizza sauce is different from marinara sauce, yes.
Okay. I always thought they were the same thing, and somebody told me. So.
Pizza sauce is like thicker and less, and like depends on. I mean, there's a million different pizza sauces, so but it just depends on how you cook it. If you buy pizza sauce at the grocery store, it'll be in a jar like this big.
Yeah,
it's very small. If you buy marinara sauce, it's like a regular jar.
Maybe they're just fucking tricking you.
It's different.
I think we should test it. I want to do a taste test with you. It's going to be a blind taste test where I'm going to make a pizza with marinara sauce and a pizza with pizza sauce, and I want to see which one you think is better.
Oh, the marinara sauce is going to be better. It's my personal favorite. I love marinara sauce. I love marinara sauce. I fucking love marinara sauce. You asked if it's different, not if it's better. Pizza sauce is not better than marinara sauce. If I can, like a margarita pizza...
Then why would you buy pizza with marinara sauce? Or pizza with pizza sauce? Why would you make a pizza with pizza sauce?
It's not like fucking Pizza Hut gives you the option now. Yeah.
All right. We're going to move on from this. So, big one. Sugar...
No.
...will make you hyper.
Oh, I thought you meant in sauce.
No. Sugar will make you hyper.
So
told that as a kid. You can't have too much sugar because you're going to get hyper.
I was told
sugar does not make you hyper.
I was told that, but as my family, like genetically, I guess, we can eat as much sugar as we want, and we never got hyper. Nor did we really crave it. So, like, we had our Halloween candy in a bowl in the kitchen. You could just eat it whenever you wanted. Like, we had cookies, everything. Like, we could have it whenever we wanted. And maybe it's because it was like that we could just eat it whenever. We didn't. Like, I maybe every now and then I had a bag of Skittles. Like, it just wasn't a craving, and it never made us hyper.
Yeah, you talked about that. I'm going to throw some BS on that because I tried to do that with my kids. And I told them, I was like, you eat as much candy as you want. I'm not going to put regulations on you. The first day they were allowed to do this, as expected, my youngest ate to vomit.
Okay.
He ate so much candy he peed. They then kind of learned, I was like, well, hopefully you learned something. Yeah. Figuring they'd learn some self-regulation on it, they demolished candy. They had 2 to 3 full bags of Halloween candy, and it was gone by Thanksgiving.
But it was already forbidden fruit at that point. They were already regulated. So
it didn't stop there. Because then we have a little pantry in our basement and we have, snacks and stuff like that. I went down there a couple weeks before Christmas and found wrappers all hidden in a box because they had been going in and getting, we have Little Debbie's and stuff for them to take as desserts for their lunches.
Mm-hmm.
They had eaten 15 to 20 of those each. I found about 45 wrappers in a box and they were eating a snack and then going downstairs and eating other stuff. And then not eating supper.
That's the big thing, though. If I didn't eat dinner, I wasn't allowed to leave the table.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. But again, it was always like that for us growing up. I mean, I can't do that with my nephews. I can't have the temptation there. And maybe it is a genetic thing, right? Because I don't even, as an adult, crave sweet things very often. Very rarely will I eat something sweet.
See, I won't eat, Skittles or Smarties or things like that. Fun dips. I don't have any desire whatsoever to have stuff like that. Chocolate, mainly chocolate and peanut butter. You give me something with chocolate and peanut butter, yeah, I'm interested now.
I'm the opposite. Exact opposite. I'll eat a Fun Dip before a Snickers any day.
Yeah, if you put a Fun Dip on my desk right now, it would sit there until one of my kids came in and asked if they could have it. And if I didn't have kids, I would just throw it away because I would never eat it.
Really?
No desire.
It's good. It tastes good. Everyone's different.
So
what my problem was growing up that I got in a lot of trouble for, because I did sneak food. I would go into the pantry, not the pantry, I go into the fridge when everyone's asleep, and I would steal lunch meat out of the fridge and just eat that. And I still do that as an adult to this day. That's my favorite snack. Just a couple slices.
Lunch meat?
Oh, yeah, a couple slices of ham, maybe some turkey. Put a little slice of cheese on it, roll it up. Ugh.
So, another big one that you're told as a kid is if you swallow gum, it will stay in your system for 7 years.
Oh, yeah.
Even as a kid, I knew this one was bullshit.
Or the watermelon seed, and if you swallow a watermelon seed, a watermelon will grow.
Yeah, I always thought the gum one was funny because, there were so many people like, you can't swallow your gum. That's going to stay in your body for 7 years. Where? Where is it going to stay in my body for 7 years?
It's true.
If anything, fat people would just eat a shit ton of gum and make their and make it so they can't eat as much food, and they'd lose a bunch of weight. So fuck off. It doesn't work.
Or die.
Yeah, or die.
That's not a thing. I remember one of the positives that my parents told me. The cat went to go live on the farm. They told me my dog ran away, and she was the first dog that I could remember. She was a beagle. So we were in a bad neighborhood, and we think someone was trying to take her because the gate, or someone was just trying to get to our backyard because the gate to the backyard was open, and she was in the street. She got hit by a car. But I didn't learn about that until I was 15, 16. I was 8 when she died, and they didn't want to do that to me. So they're like, "Hey, buddy, no, we think she ran away."
See, and I'm a little torn on that because I think it's good to learn to process that.
Yeah.
I've been really pretty lucky in my life with deaths of immediate family members. I have one grandpa and two grandmas that are still alive.
That is pretty good.
And my grandpa actually died from a very freak accident when I was 11. This is actually a crazy story. He owned a trucking business, and he hauled dry cement about 6 hours away to Rapid City, South Dakota from Sioux Falls. And so he had a big shop, big pole barn, did all of the maintenance on his trucks, cleaned out because he hauled dry cement. Cleaned out his trailers, things like that. Did all the work himself. He was always working on something. Loved racing, things like that. So, basically, if there was something wrong with the car, he was fixing it. Well, they had really nice cars, and then my grandma, for some reason, had this daily beater. It was this old hatchback Honda, And I can remember this stupid car. I can remember driving with my grandma one time, and the rear axle locked up for some reason, and we skidded to the side of the road. And so one time she was driving, and I can't even tell you now what he was looking at. There was something wrong with the rear end.
Mm-hmm.
And so she was up at the house, which is, 200 yards away. And he pulled it in and used a bumper jack, jacked it up, and got under the car to look at something fast on it. And the bumper released on the car, and the car fell and crushed him.
Oh, shit. Talk about the cleanup. Oh, man. That's rough.
Yeah.
Damn. All right.
Yeah. And it's kind of weird because for me, it was just kind of like a story of how my grandpa died when I was a kid. But now that as I get older and I've worked on cars and stuff like that, I hear it and I'm like, yeah, that's fucked up. That's a crazy way to die.
Fast though.
Yeah.
Probably didn't feel a thing, so that's nice. I guess.
That's what they said when he passed away. But he probably knew. There was probably at least 20 seconds where all of a sudden the weight fell on him and he was like, ugh! He had to have.
If it was crushing his, if he was laying on his back and it crushed him here, then his head would have exploded. 100%. He would have just been knocked completely unconscious and died.
I guess I don't know. I was 11 at the time. I still remember the phone call. Me and my brother were sitting in the basement watching TV and the phone rang. We had one of those. We actually had an old rotary phone. I don't know if you ever even seen a rotary phone?
I used one.
Have you? We had one in our basement. It was that old wood panel basement.
Mm-hmm.
And I can remember getting up. My brother looked at me when the phone rang, and he's like, "I'm not answering it." And so I went over and answered it. And they're like, and they asked for my dad, and I'm like, he's sleeping. They're like, well, you're going to have to wake him up. And I was like, okay, well, you're going to be in trouble. And went and woke him up, and yeah.
Damn. Shit.
That was crazy.
That is a crazy experience.
But that's the only family, close relative family member that I've had pass away.
That makes sense.
So, I've never personally had to deal with that. I don't know what I can remember sobbing at my grandpa's funeral, but I think it's healthy for people to learn to loss like that.
Oh, it is. But, so, here's the thing, Matt. Everybody's different, right? I've had patients, and I've tried this theory out a lot. I've had patients that 100% are not going to make it, right? Taking them to the ambulance, mm-hmm. You're like, fuck. You know what I mean? And you're usually right. 98% of the time, you're right. Oh, let go, Linda. It's fine. And there are two kinds of people. The kinds of people you tell them that they're dying, and the kinds of people you don't tell that they're dying. Because
yes.
I've told each the other, because I've had a patient who she was done. And her first reaction was, oh, well, I'm going to need to she started trying to get her affairs in order right away. And then just accepted that it was happening and got really calm. It was really sweet. It was I was there, held her hand. Perfect. She was in her 40s. Probably can't say anything else besides that. I don't know.
Yeah, that's.
But it was. Tyler says he can't hear me in stream. Oh.
In Twitch or?
Oh man.
Which stream is he on?
He's in Twitch. Fuck.
Oh yeah, here. Say something.
Something.
Oh yeah, it's for some reason not picking up the desktop audio now.
Maybe it's my fault.
No.
No, because we're using Discord. If you can hear me, it should be able to pick it up.
Yeah. Say something?
Something.
No.
Well, that's not good. Well, that might be a bit of an issue.
And it's on Twitch only, but yeah, it is.
So
which is weird because I haven't changed anything from last week.
We'll be fine. Well, I've changed something. I have a new mic.
Yeah, that's true.
But again, it should just pick me up from Discord, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I can see that mine is working here on my OBS, so YouTube's going to be fine. Your wife, she can watch.
We're also streaming. Thomas is streaming us live on YouTube.
Yep, Gabe just confirmed he can hear me on YouTube, so we'll be good there. Thanks, buddy. You're the best. This one goes out to Gabe for being the best. My next shot, it's not going to be to Matt, it's going to be to you. Don't tell him. Shh, it's our secret. Well, shit. I don't know, Bartholomew. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Give me 1 second, see if I can figure it out.
Oh, you're good.
All right, say something now.
Something now.
Yeah, I gotcha.
You got it back up?
I think so, yeah. Tyler, can you confirm on
I think he's moving over.
Twitch? Yeah, I don't blame him.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, he said yes.
Perfect.
Excellent.
So,
stupid people do internet.
To get back on topic. But some people, when I tell them that they're dying, freak out for obvious reasons because they're dying. So it's just just play it by ear. If you think your kids can handle it, tell them.
It's we told them when we were putting my golden retriever down.
That's fair.
Because, they were there and I wanted them... they were still really young. But, I wanted them to at least say goodbye. Like, Lincoln was... my youngest was, 1. So, but my oldest was 4. But, yeah. It's, I don't know. I don't know if that's one that I'll lie to my kids about just because I want them to... understand life and death.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that's a weird thing, to think about, I know we could both answer the way we want to right now, but if you're actually dying, will you freak out?
That's true.
If we're both going to probably give the tough guy answer, be like, oh no, I'm going to be like, I need to...
If anything, I'm going to ask my wife for a blowjob right when I'm dying.
Oh, yeah. No. If that situation happens where, I'm talking to somebody and I'm dying, I'm going to be freaked out.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be like, fuck you, get away from me. Go get my wife and kids. Don't talk to me.
Well, it was in an ambulance.
I know, but I still wouldn't want, nothing against you. I don't want to talk to you for my last moments.
Just let me tell you the Five Nights at Freddy lore in detail.
Yeah.
Get in there. It's your last moments, your dying moments.
Right?
It's just...
Hey, have you seen the new episode of Dragon Ball Z?
Oh, are you so excited for the series finale of House of the Dragons? Oh, you're gonna be dead. Yeah.
Well, hopefully they have HBO in heaven.
They've got HBO Max up there or down there. We don't know who you really are.
Well, let's be honest. I promise they don't have it down there. They can enjoy it.
No, but they still have Game of Thrones. Just the last season of Game of Thrones down there.
That's the last season wasn't that bad.
It was that bad. It was rushed.
It wasn't.
It was rushed.
It might have been rushed, but it wasn't as bad as you're trying to make it out to be.
I did not. I liked it. I liked some bits of it, but I really didn't like some big bits of it.
I don't think there's ever going to be an ending to a show that people are.
Friends, great ending.
We
Modern
need to
Family.
move on. I don't even want to keep talking to you
Modern
about this.
Family had a great ending.
Modern Family ended?
Yeah, a while ago, before COVID.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine, terrible ending.
I have literally never watched the last season because you told me it was so dog shit.
It's so bad.
So I never started it.
So bad.
Like I'll hear the woke talk because I'll replay the seasons, right? I'll hear the woke talk from the last season and I'll just stop.
Yeah, it's. Also, shout out to Ozdog in the chat.
Right.
We appreciate you stopping by, dude.
And Gabe, thanks for watching,
Gabe.
buddy. He is waiting for us at the end of the show. He wants to play some games.
Yeah, I know. You act like I don't hear what you talk about. So, big myth. You can't swim for an hour after eating.
Now, I have had a cramp, but it was like 5 minutes after I ate the cheeseburger in the pool.
Yeah, there's nothing that connects those two things together, though.
I believe it.
Like, the Mayo Clinic has confirmed there is absolutely no scientific basis for that theory.
Probably right. But you never know.
You know what I want to know, though, is why did parents come up and start telling their kids this? Like, if I'm with my kids at the pool, the last thing I want to do is make them sit there for an hour. That is going to be the most miserable hour of my life, as well as theirs.
Yeah?
Because every 3 seconds is going to be, can we go swimming yet? Has it been an hour? I'm bored. Can we go swimming yet? I don't want to listen to that.
I get that. Me either.
Like, I'd be like, finish your food and get in the fucking pool.
Take the last bite on the way there.
Yeah. Like, take your bite of your sandwich as you dive. I don't care.
Gabe,
there's a lifeguard on dude.
I want to let you know I can see your chat. I have it pulled up. So
oh, nice.
For the YouTube stream.
You can see Gabe's chat or my chat?
My YouTube chat. Your Twitch, I'm YouTube. I'm old school, you're new school. Get with the program, old man. Yeah.
What?
You heard what I fucking said? I'm sure there's a million different myths that are just complete horseshit that we were told growing up.
You lose more body heat through your head? Did you get told that one? I'm sure that one wasn't as prevalent for you. It was a big one here in the Midwest because obviously it's freezing cold out. So that every time you went outside, they're like, "Oh, you got to wear a hat. You lose the majority of your heat through your head."
That doesn't make any sense.
That's what we were told a lot.
Your heat is here, your core, your center.
Yeah.
I mean, you do lose a lot of heat from your head. I'll tell you what, but not most of it.
Yeah.
The one that was true is don't wash your hands after you've been playing barehanded in the snow. Don't put them under warm water. That hurts.
Yeah. Yep, that does.
Did not know that one. That was... Someone should have fucking told me that one. I was like 11 and my hands were frozen. I'm like, oh, warm water. Duh. Holy shit.
Yep. Feels like fucking needles.
Yeah. Needles that are on fire.
Yep.
It was not fun. But, you know, whatever. It's whatever. My brother got me with a bunch of good stuff growing up. Like, so much. Because he was being a bully, you know.
Well, brother stuff is a lot different.
Like, if you stare at the sun, the spot you see will lead you to buried treasure. That one got me for a few hours one day. And now I wear glasses, so thanks a lot.
Yeah.
We were in a tree house. My grandpa built us a tree house. The coolest thing ever. We spent every day in that tree house, right? We were the coolest kids. We had a fucking tree house. There was a wasp nest attached to the house, and we were using BB guns since you could walk. I don't know, 5 or 6. We've just always been able to use the BB guns. Gun safety is a big thing in my house, even with the BB gun. Treated it the same. And so he told me, because we were lined up like snipers, right? Looking out the window and looking out the door. I'm laying on the ground. He's like, bees can't fly this high. It's fine. And we lit up that wasp nest. It was a Red Ryder too, so We lit it up. And we actually killed quite a few of them because they were sitting there. You know, the BB goes through them. And then he got the perfect shot, got the stem. And it just broke down and they were around us. They didn't get us, though. I don't think they knew because we were pretty far away. But you could see them in, like, the trees and stuff, in the tree. And after a certain point, I was just like, fuck this. I ran inside. I had been in, like, 7, you know. But he would get me. He would babysit me. I was 8, he was 11, and he was allowed to babysit. When the parents went out to, like, party, you know, eat dinner, have a date night, cool. He would babysit. And every time, because my parents didn't really restrict us a lot on things. We could watch scary movies. It was fine. I watched American Pie with my dad at, like, 2 weeks later. That's when I saw my first virtual booby. You know, it's,
At 8?
I think so, yeah. It's around the same time. Same house. I do it by houses that we lived in. So anywhere from 7 to 9 is when this is taking place. But we would get a scary movie. The Hills Have Eyes, Scream, Halloween, Friday the 13th. Yeah, they did not care. They just didn't let us do exorcism movies.
That makes sense, you know, because you're a Catholic.
Yeah, I guess that does make sense now.
we don't want to watch movies that, you know, talk about our religion.
But he would scare the shit out of me. We'd be watching the movie, and like he would be like, "Oh, I'm gonna make some popcorn." I'm like, "Yeah." Well, I'm still watching the movie. I'm like engrossed because it's a scary movie and I'm not supposed to be watching it, right? According to everybody else. And he'll do something, and he'll be by the stairs and throw a ball up there, and then like run around the side because we had like a way to get around. And he's like in the kitchen, like, "T, do you hear that?" And there's just like a ball rolling down the stairs that he fucking threw that I didn't see him throw. And like he would just terrorize me every fucking day. Any chance he got, he'd terrorize the shit out of me. Carlos didn't give a shit anyways. So
that's what big brothers are supposed to do, though.
it was awful. He told me if I jumped off the roof with a bed sheet, it would act like a parachute.
Did you?
No, thankfully my dad caught me in time.
That's what big brothers are for, and that's what dads are for.
You heard me asking. I asked him, like, "Hey, how do you open the window?" He was like, "The fuck do you need to open the window for?"
Yeah, those are warning questions.
When we always did stupid shit, and I always was the stupid one and even to this day, I have unending faith in my brother. Right? He could tell me something, I'm gonna believe it, even though I know better. We were little. We lived in Nebraska, so there was snow. You know those Rubbermaid containers with the lid? Mm-hmm. He would put me in those on the top of a hill and close the lid and push me down the hill just to see what would happen. I ended up stuck underneath a fence.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Or just stupid shit. They would just do
stupid shit. My brother got me to ride a Rubbermaid lid down the stairs.
I rode the container down the stairs, not the lid.
Okay, I just rode the lid. And our stairs came down and immediately had a wall right at the end. So,
oh god, yeah. No, we did some stupid shit.
My older brother we were out. We also shot a lot of BB guns and stuff. My grandparents, before my grandpa passed away, they had a nice little acreage. And so when we'd go out there, they had woods that we could go walk through with just a little. It was a windbreaker for their house, so with the tree line. Mm-hmm. But we'd go walk through there and shoot birds and stuff, and we were shooting BB guns. And my older brother didn't have shoes, or his shoes got wet. I can't remember, but he was borrowing a pair of shoes, so he had like these thick leather shoes on, and he was shooting the gun, and he's like, BBs can't even hurt you on your foot. And he's telling me and my sister this, and we're both kind of like, what? And he's like, yeah, watch. And he puts the gun to his foot and pulls the trigger. I'm like, oh. And so he goes, my sister's 2 years younger than me. He goes to her and he's like, here, let me see your foot. She's like, okay, yeah, do it to mine. I've never seen somebody run back to the house so fast.
Oh, shit. Now, I will say that's something that we never did, is we never picked on my sister.
Really?
Not once. To this day, still, we would roughhouse each other. We'd fight, throw each other into walls, all this shit. Miranda was just completely off limits.
See, we had 2 sisters.
We only had one,
and there was 2 boys. So there wasn't a ton, but
there was some.
Yeah,
there was absolutely none. She was 7 years younger than me, and I was the baby.
We weren't sexist like you guys.
We were
apparently
super sexist. My sister still to this day has never done any sort of outdoor maintenance on the house.
I feel bad for
ever
her husband, her future husband.
She's going down the right path. She's not going to have a future husband. She's going to have fucking groundskeepers, okay? She's going to hire a bunch of people that look like us, and they're going to take care of it.
Yeah.
So, she's fine. But that's just how she was treated. But who was always helping Mom inside the house and decorating all this other shit? Miranda was. So.
Yeah.
We did fall into the gender norm thing. Or Junior would chase me around the yard because we were picking up dog poop with a shovel full of dog poop.
Yep, been there. I watch my kids still be there, so that's still going.
Which is funny because he had the weakest stomach. Like, he would step on dog poop and throw up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like just a baby. Me, I would step on dog poop and I'm like, oh man, whatever. It was just such a weird, different dynamic. And then he got sick for a while there. So him and I got really close when we were younger. Then he became an angsty teenager, and
my tolerance for feces went way downhill when I started watching Hoarders on what is it? History Channel? I don't remember what channel
HGTV.
Hoarders was on.
Yeah.
HGTV, whatever it is.
Something like that.
I used to, we had dogs and stuff like that, so, I've stepped in my fair share. I've stepped in dog poop barefoot, things like that. Never used to bother me until I watched Hoarders and saw people that would... There was people that would poop in their toilet and then ladle it out into a 5-gallon bucket.
That's disgusting. That's too much.
Why wouldn't you just poop in the 5-gallon bucket?
Just put a lid on the bucket.
Or there was another people that pooped into plastic bags and then threw it into the closet.
Now, I have pooped in a bag before. Lots of times.
I am not judging for somebody pooping in a bag. There is zero judgment when shit's got to be done. Shit has to be done. I read a really funny story today about a guy that wouldn't eat a tomato because he was staying at his sister-in-law's house and he needed to poop really bad and the bathroom was full, so he took a deuce in their garden and they didn't grow tomatoes, and a seed that traveled through him grew a tomato plant in their garden and then was making salsa. So they were having butt salsa.
It's so cool. I'd eat the fuck out of my own salsa. That's what nature intended to do. That's why human bodies can't break down plant walls.
That's just... So, yeah, no judgment for pooping in a bag. Just dispose of the bag in a normal human manner.
Yes.
Away from where you belong.
Not in a closet.
Don't throw it into a closet in your own house.
All right.
Have hundreds and thousands of them.
Do you have any questions for me, Matt?
Do you have any questions for me?
Actually, I don't. I've been good. Everything's been great. We're celebrating my birthday tomorrow, Saturday, with her family. Her mom wants to make me a really special dinner.
Ooh, what's going to be the special dinner?
So she asked me, she's like, oh, I'll make you whatever you want. And me being me, I could have asked for anything, but I really like this recipe she has called chicken stuff. And it's basically you get a big piece of ham, right? Like really nice ham. You wrap it in a chicken thigh, part of a chicken thigh, and then you wrap that in bacon. And then she cooks it with all these spices and stuff in cream of chicken broth and this soup kind of that turns into gravy with potatoes in it and carrots and celery.
So she asked you what you wanted to have for your birthday, and you chose a soup?
Yeah, well, it's not really. It's more like chicken and gravy. It's not really a soup.
Okay.
Yeah. You eat it.
Because what you described is essentially chicken cordon bleu.
Yes, without the cheese and with bacon.
Yeah, well, that's because you have a delicate tummy. You can't have cheese.
I do. I know cheese I can have. Bacon I really can't. So it's going to be rough over there. But it's one of my favorite dishes she makes. And her family, her dad specifically, loves it. So it's perfect.
So you didn't pick your favorite meal. You picked a meal to get in good with her family.
I am in good with her family.
Yeah, because you do things like this where you don't actually show them who you are and tell them what you want.
I like it. I can't.
You like it, but it's not what you really want.
But I can't imagine something that I really want from them, right? Besides, the only dish that she makes that's really good is prime rib, too. I'm not going to ask them to make a prime rib for my birthday.
Exactly.
That's too much to ask.
This is the truth. This is the truth. Is it?
Yes. I wouldn't ask my family for a prime rib.
Why?
It's too much.
Why?
It's a lot of money.
So?
It's a lot of money.
So?
That's why. You asked why. I told you. It's a lot of money.
You're selling yourself short, but don't sell yourself short.
You,
sir, are worth prime rib.
I'm asking my mom.
And if what you want,
a lasagna.
And if what you wanted is prime rib, you should ask for prime rib.
Nah, it's not the season right now for it, anyways.
Not the season for prime rib.
Her ribs are really good. Oh, maybe I should have asked for ribs. That's all right. Do you have any questions?
I'm just saying that is the appeasing character in you, because I am the same type of person. Like, if somebody's like, hey, I want to do something nice for you, I'm going to think of the best way to compliment them with them wanting to do something nice for me, which is what I feel that you've done. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm saying it's you being...
No one wants to be friends with that asshole that's like, oh, for my birthday I want prime rib. Fuck you.
But isn't prime rib just steak?
It's very expensive, and it takes a very long time to cook. It's a lot of work. Also, I never want to hear the words just steak come out of your mouth ever again.
Well, there are just steaks out there.
It's still steak.
Like, if you bring me a sirloin...
You tell me you're not going to eat it?
I'm going to eat it. All right.
Point proven. But we are getting close to time. Again, do you have any questions for me?
I have zero questions for you because I've heard enough of your nonsense at this point.
I am full of nonsense.
Yes, I'm well aware. Did you know that it's okay to wake up sleepwalkers?
Oh, that's a good one. I didn't, actually. Yep. I've woken up my dad a bunch of times, but those were more PTSD episodes than sleepwalking. It's a little different.
Yeah. I can remember watching TV shows as a child, and everybody knows if somebody's sleepwalking, you do not wake them up.
Or putting something in someone's mouth if they're having a seizure. That was a thing for a while.
Oh, yeah, like... No. You did put something in their mouth, or you didn't?
No, that was told like you're supposed to stop them from choking on their tongue. That was a thing in television and in families for a really long time.
Really?
If someone's having a seizure, Matt, what do?
Roll them on their sides. When they start puking, they can get it out of them.
What I'll tell most people is just to leave them the fuck alone. Clear out the area, right, so they don't hurt themselves.
No.
But
I'm assuming that they're in full seizure mode and like laying on the floor, like flopping around. So I'm assuming that there's nothing around them. And obviously, if there's like broken glass around them, I'm gonna like scoot them away.
Table, a chair, move all that stuff out of there.
Yeah, like they're probably they're on the ground at this point. So I'm gonna be like, clear a room, and then I'm gonna put them on their side. So if they start vomiting,
that is what we call recovery position, and that is what you should do. Yes.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Also, this one is just right at the end for you because I know you are going to absolutely love this one.
Yes.
Because this is one of your favorite animals. Penguins are monogamous.
Fuck penguins. They're pedophiles. They're fucking disgusting ass creatures. They're gross. They rape a lot. They're gay. That's not a bad thing, but they are gay. If two male penguins don't find a date, like a female penguin, they'll just shack up together for the winter. Penguins
are not monogamous.
Yes, exactly. They are the worst.
They're not.
They're almost as bad as dolphins.
Almost as bad as dolphins. I think we should do an episode of animals that everybody else loves that Thomas hates.
Fucking deviants. They're so gross. I'll tell the story of the lady who had to jerk off a dolphin.
Okay. Well, let's leave them hanging. We appreciate your time. It has been a wonderful Thirsty Thursday. Thomas?
Bye. Have a good day, everybody.
Thanks for stopping by. We will be back next Thursday with another edition of